Kamusta mga exile? Happy New Year and welcome to another my budget build guide. And in this video, I'm gonna talk about my Galvanic Arrow Raider. And to begin this guide, I'm gonna talk about my unique items. So first is this Chin Soul Assassin Bow, which will give you a decent amount of physical damage and attack speed. And most importantly is this 50% more damage with arrow hits at close range. So with this bow, you're gonna act like a melee character because you're gonna need to stand close at your enemy, so you will get that high damage. And also I'm using this drill neck quiver, which will give you 50% increased damage with hits, uh, targets that they pierce. And also I'm using this windscreen boots, which will give you an additional curse. And I forgot to get a better boot enchantment, so try to get more lightning damage or attack speed for your boot enchantment. And also I'm using this high risk jade amulet, which will grant you a level 22 precision skill. And I anointed this amulet with ambidexterity, which will give you 50% increased attack damage. And for this, you're gonna need one amber oil, one atzuri oil, and one black oil. And for the rare items, they're just basic life and resist. And for the helmet, try to get this galvanic arrow damage helmet enchantment. And also try to get as many strength and intelligence on your rare items, because you're gonna need a lot of them for your gem requirements. And if you're still short on your intelligence or strength, you can always get this nodes that will give you 30 intelligence or strength. And for the flask, I'm using Jade Flask and Steve Knight Flask for additional evasion rating, Diamond Flask for more crit, and Atziri's Promise for extra chaos damage and life leech. And for the gem setups, on my body armor, I'm using Galvanic Arrow with added lightning damage, inspiration, barrage, increased crit damage, and elemental damage with attacks. On my helmet, I'm using Wave of Conviction, Curse on Hit with Assassin's Mark, and Projectile Weakness. On my bow, I'm using Ball Haste, Blood Rage, Efficacy, Increased Duration, and Smoke Mine. And you don't have to 5-link your bow. I just accidentally 5-linked this. But what's important in this setup is to link your Ball Haste with increased duration and efficacy, so your Ball Haste will last longer. And on my gloves, I'm using Orb of Storm with increased crit strike, power charge on crit, and calling strike. And I'm only using this setup so I can gain power charges, especially on boss fights. And lastly, on my boots, I'm using Wrath, Herald of Thunder, Summon Lightning Golem with cast when damage is taken. And for the Pantheon, I'm using Soul of the Brine King for the 2-second stun immunity, and Soul of Garkan for more chance to evade. For the Ascendancy, I'm using Raider, and I'm using Way of the Poacher for increased attack damage, chance to gain frenzy charges, and 1 to maximum frenzy charges. Avatar of Slaughter for increased evasion, movement speed, and attack damage per frenzy charge. Rapid Assault for increased attack damage, more chance to evade attacks, and chance to gain onslaught buff. And lastly, this Avatar of Chase for doubling the effect of onslaught and 30% increased attack damage and 30% more chance to evade melee and projectile attacks. And for the skill tree, try to get this acrobatics and face acrobatics for more chance to dodge attack and spell hits. And also try to get this frenzy nodes here, crit nodes here, more crit nodes, bow nodes here, more crit nodes and elemental nodes here. And since you're using a Chinsol bow, which you stand close to your enemies all the time, it only makes sense to get this point blank, which will give you 30% more damage. And lastly is this life and mana leech, so you don't have to worry about your mana. And yeah, I think that's all I can say about this build. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Happy New Year to you all, Exile, and magkita na lang tayo sa susunod na video.